Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tales of Food. We have just finished the prologue last video, and we are now staring at the first chapter. This part here says chapter number 1. And this part here says Rongcheng, which is a part of Shandong province of China. The second part here is the part that I cannot translate very well. It's Chunyan Zhu, and I'm not sure if this is a play on words that we will see later. But I guess if to be very literal, it might mean joyful get together or a hopeful get together. And for this part, which is the first part 1 of this chapter, this part means en route with food nightmares. Part 1 and part 2. I will try and read both of this in one video because sometimes the second part would be very short. So let's start right away. Finally landed. It's been a good long time since I've used the YEAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA to pass through the time and space of the human world. Dad often told me not to cross over too frequently. Although history is not easily influenced by outside forces, even so much so that it could correct itself, but lingering for too long makes it easy for one to lose oneself in it. Huh? But why is this place a wild country forest? I'm pretty sure that I aim for Fuzhou in the city of Qing Dynasty.
万象镇于空桑设下，至今已有数千年，出现偏差也是说不准的。
It's been thousands of years since the establishment of the YEAAAAAAAAA in Khongsang. It's difficult to estimate deviations that could arise.
说不定，此地离福州城并不远。待碰见他人，我们问问便知。
Maybe this place is not far from Fuzhou City. Fuzhou City. If we bump into anyone, we will know when we ask. It seems that Hu Geng is familiar with Khongsang and YEAAAAAAAA.
少主见笑了。胡庚能够成为入册15语的首位尸魂，实乃三生有幸。
I've let Xiao Zhu see a joke. For Hu Geng to become the first food soul to enter the Tale of Food book, it is the blessing of 3 lifetimes.
自空桑出城，我便始终伴随医治大人左右。空桑的一草一木对胡庚而言，都有独特的意义。
Since the beginning of Khongsang, I have always accompanied Master Yi-Zi as his assistant. How Hu Geng regards Khongsang, even to its every blade of grass and every tree, is with unique significance. On the way, Hu Geng and I talk about the past of Khongsang. Some of the stories that happened before I was born. There were only pieces of it that I had heard from father once or twice.
少主，是累了吗？需不需要就地歇息小会儿？
Young Miss, Xiao Zhu, are you tired? Do you need to rest for a while?
少主，怎么了？
Xiao Zhu, what's wrong? Nothing. Khongsang has not been destroyed, but I still can't figure out why this series of incidents happened. Tao Tie had been suppressed under Puzhou Mountain for more than 1,000 years. How did it silently charge into Khongsang? What if it's YEAAAAAAAAAAA who led it to Khongsang? But how could he have such great capability? How could he have such great capabilities to manipulate Tao Tie? There is also the masked man who appeared in the shrine, and whether he was the master of Yan Xiantan, as YEAAAAAAAA said. YEAAAAAAAAA accused my father with words of absolute. There must be some misunderstanding.
少主，难为你了。不仅要承受离别之苦，还要承担重建空桑的责任。
Young man, Xiao Zhu, it's been hard for you. Not only to bear the pain of parting, but also to bear the responsibility of rebuilding Hongsang.
相信医治大人很快便能赶回空桑主持大局。在此之前，胡庚会一直陪在你身边的。
I believe Master Yi Zi is rushing his return to Hongsang and to take control of the situation. Until then, Hu Geng will always be accompanying you by your side. Hu Geng's gentle smile and words made my heart feel extremely warm. I take a deep breath and plan to continue my journey with haste. At this moment, there is a sound of disturbance within the thickets ahead. Okay, this character's name is, to be very literal, it is crab with a fishy smell. In other words, it might be a rotting crab meat or crab meat with an odorous smell. It's a food nightmare.
少主小心，快到我身后来。
Xiao Zhu, be careful. Get behind me quickly. And from this part there is a battle, and we will move on to the next part, which is after the battle immediately. I now purify you in the God of Food's name. Restore your original appearance. Good.
少主辛苦了，净化石眼之时，亦颇有医治大人的架势。不过，这句台词好像在哪里听过。
Xiao Zhu has worked hard. There are some of Master Yi Zi's mannerism when purifying the food nightmare. But this scripted line, where did you hear it from? This actually is merely my third attempt purifying a food nightmare. My dad, that guy, also didn't seriously teach me back then. Just thinking about it. Speaking of food nightmares, they are like food souls, aiming to become a food spirit. It's just that food souls are actualized from meticulously prepared dishes, but food nightmares are born from leftover food. But food nightmares are born out of leftover foods.
少主，你今天表现得很棒，将来必定会成为像医治大人那样名副其实的食神。
Xiao Zhu, you have displayed great capabilities today. In the future, you are bound to become a god of food just like Master Yi Zi, not just in name but in reality. And the last part, which is 名副其实, is actually an idiom which is not just in name but in reality, but it can kind of mean like to be great like Master Yi Zi, as Hu Geng is saying. And this is the end of the first chapter. I hope it's not too short for you guys, but I'll see you guys in the next episode where we will be reading number 3 and 4, because it is also part 1 and part 2. And that's it for today, and I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye bye!